It's a beautiful Monday. Kitties. Hey, Pete. Hey, Jay. Hey, Tatiana. Hey, Lil V. I thought I saw Dick Grayson. There he is, Dick Grayson. Hopefully, I mean, if Dick Grayson's here, it's probably too late for Big V. Maybe we'll get Marble Cat, though. But it's all good. So I actually have some great news, though, to tell you. I'll tell you right now, Elijah, while it's just you and me, and we're just, the homies can rap, as it were, and then I'll keep saying it again. Winston in the background. All right, but yeah, yesterday, after work, I actually met up with a rescuer who lives really close, like really close to my apartment, and so we got Ozzy signed up for her rescue society. So he's now available for adoption through her rescue, which is called Delgato Rescue, DEL space GATO Rescue. If you're curious to look it up, but yeah, he had to be listed as Osmandius Lil because coincidentally, this Delgato rescue person has another cat also named Ozzy that looks just like my Ozzy. It's hilarious, but also like, so yeah, so he's officially Ozymandias, but it's all good. He's listed as foster to adopt available. He's scheduled, and he's also scheduled for there's no neuter opportunities available in November or December, I believe. But I think we got him scheduled to. Hello, Julian. I was actually giving some great news about Ozzy, our most recent rescue. So yesterday, I actually got him signed up for a local adoption clinic or rescue society in LA. So Ozzy is going to be available for adoption and for foster to adopt any minute now, and that's going to be great. So yes, he's still being fostered by me. Holy smokes, 33 people tuned in. Hey everyone, like the video, tune in, say hi. We're talking about my latest rescue and what's going on with him. So yes, my latest rescue, Ozzy. Is that? Oh no, that's Jamie. All right, I'm talking too much and not giving the feed. Not giving the feed, not giving the food. Uh, the joke would have been better if you didn't get it backwards. Hello, Kylie. And for Alasia Ramnath 8617, you can I do, but you cannot do me. That being said, if you do show me a clean test, we can discuss. But yeah, right now we're feeding these kitty cats. Jamie, Lil V, Tatiana. But yeah, we're feeding the kitty cats and we're discussing how my most recent rescue, Ozzy, is going to be available for adoption and foster to adopt any minute now. He's scheduled to have his neuter surgery sometime in the month of January, and I'm very happy about that. Hopefully he finds a forever home with the quickness. Yeah, exactly. We're something real quick. We're hoping that Ozzy finds his forever home real quick. Okay. Alasia, I'd like you to stop or you're going to have to get timed out. Just, this is your warning. Oh, Shane, I wish I could come to the Philippines. I can barely afford to feed the cats here. But I know there's a lot of Pinoy and Pinay people who are very active in the cat rescue there. Because, like, every country you go to, they're going to have serious issues with a homeless cat surplus. But I just try to do my best. We've got a major problem in that regard here in Los Angeles. I'm just trying to do my best to keep the ones fed that I can keep fed. and make sure they stay healthy, get some socialization practice, and hopefully they can be taken off the streets as soon as possible. Where are my containers? There they are. A lot of kitties today. That's actually kind of surprising. I thought at 10 p.m. they wouldn't be here. All right. Let me check in. Pauline! Thank you for the happy poop, Dopey. Hello, the dirty chef. I'm a clean chef. I actually just got done with my chefing job. And Amethyst Kitten, thank you so much for the offer. We have some moderators in the chat right now. I know Elijah's in the chat helping me out, but please, if you dig this content, subscribe and keep popping in, and we'll definitely square something out, because I need as many people as I can, and Elijah is not on my time zone, unfortunately. Did the cat just poop? I don't think so. They don't usually defecate in this general area. But that being said, they're humans, or not, they're not humans. They're living things. They're going to need to use the caca every now and then. But let's get them some food, okay? Thank you. Hey, True Builder, before you leave, though, I just wanted to give you the update that that I've been passing around to everybody. Before you hit the road. So big news about Ozzy. Yesterday, he and I went to a rescue in Los Angeles called Del Gato Rescue, and we got him signed up there. So he's still with me, but he's available for foster to adopt and adoption through that rescue, which is going to be great because it's way more exposure than it would be just me saying like, sorry, would be way more exposure than like just me going, hey, I've got this cat, can you please adopt him? All right, anyways, I'm talking too much and not giving the food. Let's do the food. Jamie, hey Jamie. Unfortunately, it seems like the most social cats are not here today, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. But Tatiana's here. That's all that matters. The calico right here, her name, for those of you who are just tuning in for your first time, all the cats at this colony have names. Some of them were given by me, some were given by my viewers. This short-tailed cat right here, this calico, or the tabby, her name's Jamie. Behind it, the calico is Tatiana. The little void over there is Little V. I bet you won't never guess what Little V stands for. That one right there, if you can see, is Scream Queen Pauline. And then we've got two other cats back there. And two underneath the, hey, it's Lady Jane Grey. Yeah, point is, lots of kitties at this colony, and they're all great. And they're all waiting for me to give them food. They're like, why don't you give them food? But yeah, no more. The two star students of the colony, Marble Cat and Big V, are usually not out when I'm here this late, but it is what it is. You know, I was at work until 10. I don't know why I'm feeding them under here. It's not raining anymore. And here comes Neville over there. Neville's a big wuss. That's why his name is Neville. His other tuxedo cat with a black nose, little Kittler situation, is named Winston because Winston is brave. Neville is not. See, Neville's running away because Neville's not brave. AJ, bro. All right, 1, 2, 4, 5. Let's start with 6 and we'll go from there. Hey, Liz. Meow. Hey, Liz. Hey, Pete. Hey. Lil V's a bit of a menace. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of funny. Little tiny little void kitten. Or not a kitten. She's at least 3 years old. But tiny little void has got more spunk than the rest of these cats put together. Hey, Lil V. It's selfishness on my part, Lil V. It's that your void compatriot Big V, who usually allows very good scratches, is not here, and it's too late for him, so he probably won't be here. And he's my like guaranteed pets. So I'm just being selfish because I'd like some pets. Probably not going to get any pets today. I mean, maybe we can go check in on Charlie or Fats if you guys want to. We can. All right, let me stop screwing around. Let's get a move on. Come on, Jake. Come on, Pete. Good girl, Jay. Come on, eat. Come on and eat. Come on and eat. Nah, 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 nah. Here, Jay. I'm gonna move this one a little bit further just to create some space, okay? LV. Come on, Dick Grayson. Come on, T. Come on, Queen T. Oh, what was that? Oh. Ow. Little pebble right on my... Many much owls. That's a hurt. Hey, Dick Grayson. Dick Grayson allows pets, but only when Big V's here. Big V's not here, so no pets. Bang, clang. All right. Let's get everything out the way. Kitty, kitty, kitty. All day. Meow. Come on, T, go eat. I'm not sure. I'm thinking about maybe putting out an extra container for Tatiana, but at this hour of the day, I think 6 cans. Some of them will split from there, and we'll be able to let them eat. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great night, True Builder. I know you're probably split, but have a great night. Anyways, so yeah, kitties are eating. Good. Unfortunately, we got. Hey, what's up, Faithless? Actually, thank you. Great job you stopped by. I've got great news. Thank you, Petrol, so much. I wish I could Forbidden Enigma. Also, how's it going, friend? Friend, how are you? Hello, OCD000. Hello, Cheetah Go Fast. Everybody, I can't make them a cat house, unfortunately, because this is a machine shop over here, and there's a new chief machinist who just took over the shop, and he's not a fan of the cat feeders, which is unfortunate because he moved into a shop where the cats already were. But you know, right now it's very difficult for me to set up stuff that would be permanent, because even like the simple stuff like the food containers is getting thrown out right now, which is just terrible. But yeah, I mean, I wish I could make them a cat house, and even more than the cat house, because fortunately, living in Los Angeles, it gets somewhat cold, but it doesn't get like cold, you know. Um, but the but like the biggest problem that like, because this is an industrial area mostly, there's not a whole lot of, you know, residential buildings here, but you know, the biggest complaint we have is the poop and the pee that, you know, accumulates and then it smells. And you know, I just wish. I mean, and I think some of the como se dice? Oh, sorry. Some of my long term viewers have even said, hey, if they let you, you know, set up a an outdoor litter box, will help you, you know, fund an extra large one. Like we can make like a covered litter box out of 8x4s or something like that. Or hell, we can literally repurpose all these extra um, pallets that are just everywhere in this neck of the woods. Thank you so much, Cheetah. I do, you know, the God's honest truth is that I do my best, and that's all we can ask from anybody. What's up, Neville? What's up, Zoe the cat? Zoe the cat. Okay, so let me. So yeah, let me say for Faithless and for Zoe the cat. I've got great news about Ozzy. Yesterday, Ozzy and I went to to a to a lady to a rescue society run by a lady named Jen. The rescue society is called Del Gato Rescue, DEL space GATO. And she's agreed to help me get. Hey, Silvana, I'm actually giving big updates about Ozzy the cat. So let me give all of y'all. So yeah. So yesterday evening after my work, I wish I could Forbidden Enigma. The problem is that there's a fence between me and those pallets, and trespassing is not really my thing. Like technically, I'm trespassing now because I'm on private property, but like, you know, what are they going to do? But like, if I have to hop a fence or break the or pick the lock or something, then we have a problem, because then I'm just breaking and entering. I never want to get caught in a B&E for the kitties, because if I go to jail, I can't help them. But yeah, but yeah. So okay, all right. So sorry, everybody. Keep. If you have questions in the chat, throw them down. I'm just gonna tell this story for the long term viewers, and so you guys can know about it too. You don't know the LAPD, my boy. They're a special breed. But yeah, so yesterday I went to this rescue place called Delgato Rescue. It's really close to my apartment. She runs the rescue out of her apartment, um, which is very close to my apartment. But either way, Um, we got Ozzy signed up for his. We got Ozzy vaccinated. He's microchipped now. He was test. He We did a blood test, so he's FIV and FELV negative, thankfully. Um, what is that noise, P? Wow. Weird noise. Yeah, so he's got all his shots. He's got all his dewormers and whatnot. He's posted on their website. So thankfully, hopefully this is great. Hopefully this is great news, and he's gonna find his forever home with the quickness, and he's scheduled to be neutered sometime in early January, hopefully. Um, thank you so much, Sarah Peters 2244. You are awesome. Where Mr. Rockstar Mao? Oh, where is the cat gang located? Take a guess. Thank you so much, Forbidden Enigma. You know, I've been visiting these kitties since 2022. You know, I care very deeply about every single one of them, and and the ones I try to save. Well, I try to save. What's up? I got a lot. Oregon's awesome. Yeah, but the ones I actually one of my cats at home actually used to live at this colony, Baby Blue. Um, Levitation pigeon, that is excellent. That's what I and other cat people love to see, is that when you just take them in. Yeah. So currently there's 8 cats. Marble cat! Marble cat! Should I try to go in for pets on Marble Cat? He regularly allows pets, but if he's skittish, he won't. But yeah, currently in my apartment there's 8 cats. What's up, Sean the Fire? Yeah, there's 8 cats in my apartment right now, of which 3 are available for adoption. They're my fosters, including Ozzy, and 5 are mine. Um, so, and of those 5, 2 of them are shelter pets that me and my ex adopted during COVID, and the other 3, along with the 3 fosters, are all street pulls. They're all rescues. You know, a not insignificant uh, portion of my cats in my house have their ears tipped because they were TNR'd and they were, just left to the streets. But nope, they don't need the streets. Tatiana, thank you so much, Mr. Rockstar Mao and Cheetah Go Fast. I like happy poop. I need to take a happy poop, actually. Eventually. Not right now. But where did Marble Cat go? Let me see if I can find Mr. MC Marble Cat. Who is this reflective? Marble Cat! Go eat, Tatiana. Go eat. Go eat. Mr. Marble Cat! Ow! I want, I'm going to follow Marble Cat because I wonder if he's hanging out with Big V too. Yeah, sometimes when you keep working at it, the cat distribution system just works for you like that. MC Cat! Ow! 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 Hey, Marble Cat! Hold on, was that Big V? Was that Big V? Was that Big V? Big V! Ow! I thought. Hold on. Oh, kitty cat. One of the gray cats. Okay, that's interesting. All right. Marble Cat's not feeling especially friendly, and that was not Big V. That was one of the gray cats. That. Let me just say, Cheetah Go Fast. People who do that should be thrown in jail. That's just my opinion. That's animal abuse. Like, let's call a spade a spade. If you're bringing something into the world, doesn't matter whether it's a human being or some sort of pet, and then you just abandon it, you should be in jail. That's my opinion. You're free to disagree with me. I live in a free country, allegedly, and and I encourage y'all to make your own decisions and define your own morality. Absolutely, Mr. Rockstar Mao. You can go to my you can go to the homepage of my channel, and you'll find links to both my PayPal and my Venmo if you want to send. I've got both those things. I know I know a bunch of y'all want me to set up a Patreon, and I keep slacking on it because I'm lazy. But yeah, if anybody wants to donate without fees or anything like that, go to my channel page, and you'll find the links to my PayPal and my Venmo. All right, and also let me be like just short term. Let me be like Mr. Mr. I'm a professional influencer and YouTuber. You should all probably like, subscribe, share, blah 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 blah, so I can get. Exactly, Zoe the cat. Pets are not disposable. Living things are not disposable. Now, we are not going to get into the schmorshman discussion about when life begins, because that's a whole can of worms that I'm not starting. But I am making jokes about it, though. But yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with you, Mr. Rockstar. I kind of feel like I'm just gonna be myself, and if people dig the content, they dig the content, and if they don't, they don't. But I'm gonna keep doing me. Unfortunately, it does pigeonhole me somewhat because I refuse to play to the algorithm. But yeah, what Zoe the cat says, I agree, like ad infinitum. And you know what I got to do, Silvana? I got to set up an Amazon wish list, or like if there's like a Chewy wish list or a Petco wish list or something. So like I can link that, and you guys can, if you want to, you can send me stuff, and it'll just ship to my home address, so I don't need to pay for a PO box. But guys don't need to know where my home address is, because that's the one thing. I think some of you already know where I live. I mean, you all know that I'm in Los Angeles, but like some like Elijah, obviously, because I've sent mail to Elijah. But like and same with Zoe the cat. Some of y'all know my actual address. Please don't share it in public and dox me. But like, I agree with you, Zoe the cat, with some exceptions. I've seen some Satan cats. You gotta watch out for those the satanic panic kitties. It's like, what deal with Beelzebub did you make, little kitty cat? You're from Satan. Where's my spoons? Excuse me, sorry, that was gross. Excuse me. Can consolidation time. All right. Feel free to entertain yourselves in the chat. I just need to consolidate like what I do. This is one of the ways I save some money, but more to the point, I give the cats more food. Is I'm very like I'm very fastidious, and I'm very insistent that I take a spoon or something and actually, like, clean out the extra, like, food and juice in the bottom of the cans, because that's like it really adds up. I've shown before where on days that I do 8 containers, um just the like leftovers at the bottom of the can, the like dribbles will, if you're serving 8 individual containers, the drippings and the leftovers actually add up to almost one entire extra container, which is crazy. So yeah, don't like, you might think that the juice is the the juice is not worth the squeeze. The juice is not worth the squeeze for, like, cleaning out the bottoms of cans, but I assure you it is worth it, especially when you feed as many cats as or especially when you're giving out 6, 7, 8, 10 containers of food a night. All those extras add up really quickly, you know. So yeah, I definitely encourage everybody who feeds cats, or for your, or if you have cats of your own, like, don't just throw them in the garbage with that extra, without cleaning them out, for 2 reasons. Number one, because it's extra food for the cats that you paid for, so you might as well use it. But number two, it also reduces, like, the smell of the cat food too, because there's less stuff, you know, stinking up in your garbage can. So double plus good. All right. Let's see who's eating. We got Jamie. We got Liz. Oh, be careful. Oh, I'm so glad. I am so glad that you still have the whisker, baby. Or I'm so glad you still have the whisker, Elijah. Cheetah, go fast. My cat is licking my iPad right now. Be careful. Be careful, Cheetah, go fast, because my cat Fred, one day he vomited on my iPad keyboard, and that keyboard has not worked since. It was death to keyboard. Your cat is a Norwegian forest cat. That's awesome. Big V around? No Big V, unfortunately, Silvana. I think it's too. It's quarter to 11 right now in Los Angeles, and I just think it's. Hello, Nita One. Thank you so much, Rockstar. I got the notifications. Okay, hold on. My Cyrillic is terrible. Okay, M is M, right? Okay, I can. Okay, yeah, it's too late, Silvana. Unfortunately, I have to. If I want to see Big V, I got to come like 7 or earlier. Um. Okay, wait. How's my Cyrillic reading? Okay, I know H is N, Y is U. That wonky thing is a D, and the lowercase a is A. So it's Nida one, and I'm sorry, I'm butchering whichever language is written in Cyrillic that you're speaking with, but I'm doing my best. I'm very much of the American. Man, hey, I tried. Okay, 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 folks. In case you were curious, by the way, out of 6 cans, that's what I got, and I didn't even try that hard. All right. think we're done with these guys. Should we pop in on Fats or Charlie or both? I don't think Fats is going to be there, so we can walk to Fats, find that he's not there, and then head to Charlie. Because Charlie's been pretty consistently showing up of late, and I like that because I have a great affinity for all these cats, but I have an affinity for Charlie. And also, like I said, I'm very selfish. When Big V's not here and Marble Cat is kind of skittish like he is today, there's no pets at this colony. I want pets. There's not even a Denise the Menace today. Okay. All right, folks, help me make a decision because I've got analysis paralysis. No, I don't, but I'm joking. Should we check in on Fats, or should we go straight to Charlie right now and then maybe do Fats later? Like, what's my order of operations? What's my PEMDAS, as it were? Oh wait, I know people from British, and I know you guys don't say PEMDAS. Do you say BAMDAS or something? Because you don't say parentheses, you say brackets. Is it BAMDAS? Y'all say brackets instead of parentheses. Y'all know what I'm talking about, though, right? The like math order of operations, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, PEMDAS. God, elementary school was a minute ago. All right, let's get this crap in the car. And I hope you guys have helped me make a decision so I don't have analysis paralysis. Gracie the cat. All right. Charlie first for Pats, then Fats. Cheetah agrees with Elijah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Places that use Cyrillic that I know of. Aside from Russia and Ukraine, there's also Belarus. I believe Kazakh is still written in Cyrillic. Bulgarian is written in Cyrillic. I think there's a couple of the Southern Slavic languages, like I don't know if it's Serbian or Bosnian or Croatian, but one or more of those is written in Cyrillic. All right, Charlie first for Pats, then Fats. All right, let's do that. Where does this? Okay, let me. BAMDAS. Okay, so brackets, integers, division, multiplication. Okay. Am I homeless? No. The cats are homeless, but I live in an apartment. But that being said, we shouldn't, but that being said, let me just take this opportunity. We should never look down on homeless people. Ever. Like, don't get me wrong. If people are acting terribly, then we should judge them for their actions, but we should never judge people just because they're homeless. Especially in the year 2025 in the city of Los Angeles. It's so expensive. A lot of these homeless people are now granted, a lot of the homeless people in this particular area are in fact either mentally ill or drug addicts or both. But there's so many homeless people in LA who are just normal people who just cannot afford the rent. Or or because, yeah, exactly. And I mean, you know, One of my cats, Louisa. Um, there we go. One of my cats, Louisa. Her name is Louisa because when I first found her, at that BMW body shop where she used to live before I took her home, um, she was being. There was another. Exactly what Zoe the cat says. Hey, don't look at me. I didn't vote for him. And also, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't like him, but it's been like this for a long time. Like Trump turbocharged it, but it's been bad for the poor in America pretty much since the fall of communism. Because if you think about it, after the fall of communism, a lot of the social safety nets that were put in place in America, basically to keep the workers from revolting and turning to communism themselves, have been stripped away over time. It's seriously unfortunate, but yeah, no, I'm not a fan. Sometimes I feel like I want to talk about politics, and sometimes I don't. Like, here's the thing. I know a lot of YouTube channels. I know a lot of YouTube channels. Like, what was I saying? Yeah, a lot of YouTube channels don't allow any politics in their chats. I do allow some politics, but I don't like. I want to, and I want everyone to remember that when push comes to shove, Republican or Democrat, left or right. Yeah, yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Regardless of which side of the aisle you're on, left, right, blue team, red team, doesn't matter. When push comes to shove, and I said this last stream, the real thing is that it's it's the rich, the top 1%, as Bernie Sanders would have said, that keep us all down. Need I remind y'all that both Clinton and Trump went to were on Epstein's plane. Both of them went to the island. You know, when push comes to shove, you know, it's way more buddy buddy up there than we think. But look, y'all are free to disagree with me. This is my opinion. You know, and okay, guys. Okay, I can see we're starting to get a little bit unpleasant. We don't we don't need to get super thing about it. Oh no. Okay. Okay, guys, we got to stop with this. Like Zoe the cat says. Like I need to remind y'all. Charlie's not here. Number one. Let me see if I can call him. Charlie. Ow! Ow! Yeah. If I may, like, keep in mind, guys, we can talk politics, but it's not like I said. It's not about blue team, red team, left, right. It's keeping in mind that unless you guys are billionaires, you're all in the same. We're all in the same boat. We're all being taken advantage of by the top 1%. And they keep us, and they know how to divide us by having us talking about culture war stuff, and it's not the problem. The problem is that our labor is not worth what it used to be. Our money doesn't buy what it used to. Our homes are more expensive, but no better. You know. But we're so bent out of shape about, oh, they're taking religion out of schools, or oh, the alphabet gang, or blah 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 blah. And we, and not to say that those aren't issues necessarily. Well, I mean, I don't think religion should be in schools, but that's just me. But the fact of the matter is, all of that is just window dressing on the real issue. So, anyways, if I may get back to, although I do have to say, I do have to say to y'all, yeah, yeah, I'm so glad you heard the news about Ozzy, Faithless. That's fantastic. But I do have to say to y'all, I did seriously think about um about doing a brief live where we just broke down the Marjorie Taylor Greene's announcement that she was resigning, because I have such mixed feelings about that announcement. Because like at some point I was like, this lady's dropping truth bombs left and right. And then in other points, I'm like, oh no, still the same old wicked witch B6 of the house. But whatever. All right, guys, Charlie's not showing up today. I'll do one more call, but I don't think he's going to show up today, unfortunately. We're sitting here and watching nothing. Charlie! Ow! 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 Should I wait, or should I go to Fats and see if he shows up? Okay, what's the situation here, folks? Faithless, you rock! Yeah, exactly, Faithless. That's the black and white. That's the one that looks like Fats but isn't Fats. More of a Kittler situation. Yeah, I mean, I don't trust her. I don't trust her either. But like I said, I was listening to the announcements, and I was just like, what is going on here? Like, like the words she was saying didn't make sense coming from her mouth. But look, here's the thing. You know, and like that's the one thing where I'm like, okay, props to MAGA, is I think some people in the MAGA movement actually believe that they're like some sort of political alternative, and they're against you know against the movers and shakers. And I think the people who believe that have drank some Kool-Aid. But I also think that if you truly believe that, then maybe there's some honor in in your belief, and it's not just about, I don't know, xenophobia. All right, no Charlie today. We're gonna go check out on Fats. Run! But yeah, look, I mean, yeah, Mr. Rockstar. We know, we know at this point all politicians are liars. Like you know, that's where it is. Like a presidential historian said on a video that 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 all presidents, regardless of party preference or politics, are sociopaths. Because you have to be a sociopath to get. Oh, you're a girl. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about the misgendering. My apologies. Um, I will say one thing. I will say one thing. I'm a Californian, so I call everyone dude. It's gender neutral. Same goes for bro. It's really gender neutral. But yeah, as I was saying, if you want that amount of power and control over people, you've got to be ill in the head. See, but you see, but Cheetah Go Fast. That's why you're too good of a person. I'm assuming, to be a president, because a president has to have, like, even if he wants the best for his people, which with some exceptions, I generally do believe that even the bad presidents have wanted the best for their people. We might not agree with their, we might not agree with what a given president says. Like, I mean, case in point, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. I don't have a registered party preference because the Democrats suck too. But like, until the current president, who I genuinely believe is the worst president we've ever had, bar none, 2 impeachments and multiple sexual adjudicated guilty would really, really, you know, would really, be a thing. But like, here's the thing: even like prior to this, I would say that Bush Jr. was the worst president the states have ever had. Now, I say that because I lived through Bush Jr. I lived through 9/11. I lived through the '08 recession. All that stuff sucks. But yeah, but like, no, but like, here's the thing: you can think, especially the more retrospect we have, I think, Clinton was, I think, a okay president, but he was a bad person and he was bad for America in the long run. But yeah, I think Bush was a terrible president. Like, keep in mind, for all of Clinton's flaws, and he had much of them, fats, ow, fats, yeah, for all of Clinton's flaws, and he had much flaws. Monica Lewinsky. All right, but when his 2 terms were over, there was a multi-trillion-dollar budget surplus in the American budget, and when Bush was done, there was a massive recession. But here's the thing: for all that sucking, I never once thought in my life Bush is anti-American. He does not want the best for our country. I thought he's an idiot. I think a lot of presidents are idiots. I think pretty much, with the exception of Obama, I think every president since Clinton has been an idiot of some sort. And and even Obama was like not a great president. He was just not an idiot. That's difference. Um, you know, and like I said, doesn't matter. Blue team, red team. They're both not for us. They're for their donors. I mean, keep in mind, Citizens United said that corporations are people, and those are the only people that they care about. All right, the revolution will not be televised, but yeah, guys, the gate's open. Number one over there. Do you see that? I don't think Fats is coming. I think it's too late for Fats. Yep. What Zoe the cat said. That's the whole point of politics, is to get as much money and as much power as you can. That's why it's foolhardy to cape for either blue team or red team. Now, like I said, you might find that your like opinions. What's up, Cheetah? Go fast. Oh, wait, you're already here. Yeah, like you might have opinions or like you might find that your opinions line up more with blue team or line up more with red team or whatever, and that's fine. But never for a minute think that blue team or red team care about your stuff. They care about money and power, and that's it. All right. No Fats today. I think it's too late for Fats, but we're gonna try Charlie one last time. I think Charlie might have heard me, and it just takes him a little while to get to the front, whereas Fats is not going to show up today. Thank you so much for stopping by, Cheetah. Go fast. I'll be back. Excuse me. I feed this colony 3 times a week. Sometimes I do live streams. Sometimes I record the video horizontal and release it later so people can watch it on their TV, like all nice. But yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed hanging out for a little while. I hope everybody enjoyed hanging out. And like I said, when I do talk politics, I try to keep it at a very like, at a very base level, and remind everybody that we're much more alike than we are different. And we might disagree with it on a few things, but really we're being divided by politics, where we should all be united by the fact that we share our common humanity. Yeah. And that's the thing, Mr. Rockstar Mao. Like, you're free to disagree with me. I know a fair amount of my viewers are much more centrist or conservative than I am. Man, it's crazy. Yeah. What's exactly? Yeah, exactly. We are divided by the media, and especially the 24-hour news cycle is like one of the worst things to happen. Like, say what you will about the lying New York, the lying New York Times. By the way, I've got a hilarious story about the lying New York Times for y'all. We will not discuss the we will not discuss the merits of the New York Times or lack thereof, but historically speaking, okay, no Charlie, but Jay the Void is there. We're gonna feed Jay the Void. No, it is the media. It's the media, but like keep in mind, the media has its impetus because they fund politics. Like, you know, the Washington Post is owned by Jeff Bezos. You know, the Murdochs own so much. It's all no goodness. All right, the light went on and Jay the Void is there. No Charlie yet, but hopefully we're gonna give some food to Jay the Void all the same. Jay the Void is actually one of the few cats in this neighborhood who isn't fixed at all. He's completely unneutered. He also, unfortunately, and this kind of sucks, walks with a pretty severe limp. I think he broke one of his back legs a long time ago, and I've never been able to trap him to get him TNR'd, nor have I ever been able to get him taken care of. But you know what really sucks donkey balls, guys? And I actually just found this. Yeah, Silvana, this guy doesn't show up that much, and he's not socialized in any way. Like, compared to Charlie, who lives here, this dude is way shyer and way more skittish. Once, I I almost got him in a drop trap to get him fixed, and I tried to pull the cable, and the cable got hung up on something, and so as I was jerking it, yeah. Uh, you know what the thing is all right. Let me set up the food so he can eat, and hopefully Charlie will come because he'll smell the food. Jay the Void. Jay the Void. Here's a fun story, guys. Actually, Jay the Void is actually named after one of my first major financial supporters. Dude named Joe or Jay. He used to live in LA, but he moved out. But he was also a big feral feeder, and I would drive to his house every now and then, and he would provide me with friskies, with dewormer. A good dude. Doesn't watch my videos as much because dude is busy doing his own rescue, but like, yeah, big shouts out to Jay the Void and Jay the Human Being, because like I said, that's all right. That's all right, Zoe the cat. Have a great night, my friend. I'm probably gonna call it a night pretty soon too, because it's 11:15. I'm not gonna say it's almost midnight, but yeah, it's time for me to start winding down. So okay, well, all right. Well, while we're at it, let me show you guys. Oh, Mr. Rockstar, Mr. Rockstar, I'm out. My friend, same way that side note, same way that you are actually a woman, Zoe the cat is actually a dude. And by dude, I mean a man. I know Zoe the cat's like name, and it's not Zoe, but you know, he's chosen not to to make that public, and I'm not gonna put his business out. But yeah, Zoe the cat is actually an hombre. Zoe the cat is one of his former cats. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I have to. Well, the thing is, Justin, is that because I'm Californian, I do have to make that clarification because dude could be anything in California. Like a dude could be a man, a woman, trans, non-binary. You don't know. A dude could be anybody in California, at least. Okay, so let me tell you all the story about trying and failing to trap Jay the Void, who's way back there. So I know you all can't see anything, but so usually when I come to feed these cats and I'm going to stay here for a while, I park my car right here or actually in this red zone by the hydrant because like I'm going to be in the car. So like if the cops come over and they need the hydrant, what are you going to do? But like, so anyways, come on, Jay the Void, come eat. Ow, ow. So anyways, so this is about, I'd say a year or so ago. So I bought a drop trap from a friend, and I set the drop trap up right about here. And that's important because the drop trap is almost this width. And the way it was set up was that if I have the thing, if I put the thing that you pull, if I put it this way towards my car, then the door would have been on this side. So I needed to have it so I could pull it that way so the door was forward. But that meant that I had to kind of get the rope and like use this as a pulley. But the downside to that was that when he finally got his butt in the freaking drop strap and I went to pull it and it just got stuck here because it's not a pulley. There's too much friction. And I'm going, I'm trying to pull the thing out, and it's starting to like vibrate the drop trap, and dude ran away. And I've never had such a good opportunity to fix and take him to a vet since, and it sucks. I do kick myself somewhat, but I mean, dude's still going strong somehow, so he's a survivor. But yeah, I was a little bit mad about that. Not gonna lie. Charlie! No, he's not eating right now, unfortunately. He's still way far back. He probably won't. Like I said, he's a little bit nervous. He probably won't come forward until I leave. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Actually, we don't get to see him eat, unfortunately, but I promise you that he will eat. It kind of sucks that we didn't get to see Charlie, but it is what it is. If anybody wants to see Charlie, there's plenty of videos and shorts and lives where he shows up. But yeah, he's not eating quite yet. But yeah, there he goes. He's walking away, unfortunately. But it's all right. Oh yeah, I'm gonna leave and he's gonna show up. All right, let's go back. Um, it's 20 after 11. I think with no Charlie showing up and no Fats showing up, I think we're gonna call the stream pretty much because it's starting to get a little cold. Well, not cold, but cold for California, and it's starting to get a little cold, and I'm gonna get home safely. And yeah, no, he's still there. He's not. Like I said, that poor dude walks with a pretty severe limp. I think he's he's either got that rare condition where I mean it's not warm, but like I can't see my own breath. The last live stream I did, it was that. Excuse me, pardon the hiccup. It was that cold, and I could see my own breath. Um, Yeah, I don't know what the schedule. So yeah, I'm not. Sorry, I'm not exactly sure what the schedule's going to be like. I've been thinking it's been quite some time since we did a lock picking, uh, live stream. So I was thinking if I have some free time tomorrow, we might do a lock picking live stream from home, or a bridge raid stream. I'm not sure. Yeah, no, it's not 35 here, Mr. Rockstar Mao. It's it's considerably warmer than that right now. Um, Not to say that it's warm, like I'm wearing a sweater, but I'm not uncomfortable in said sweater, uh, which I think says a lot. All right. Like, I'd say it's probably low 50s or high 40s. Chris the cat! In fact, hold on one second. My friends, my friend, for you, my friend, special price. Mary Lee or Rockstar for short. Yeah, we're not quite there yet here in LA, Faithless. It's still middle of winter. You know what's funny is a while back I made a short Instagram quip where I complained that I thought the atmospheric river um was like a big much ado about nothing. Yeah, and and it was a huge nothing burger, and I was like why did y'all call a couple rainy days in November an atmospheric river? It's not an atmospheric river. It's something much more simple. It's called a normal winter's day. It's supposed to be cold and wet. I don't mind the. I mean, Faithless living in Oz, not liking the heat. Quite a choice, shall we say? But like, I don't mind the heat. I despise like excessive humidity. Florida. Um, I mean, Florida's a horrible place, one way or the other. But yeah. Like I don't like excessive humidity, but I don't mind heat. But also, like at some point, it just gets so hot. Like like you guys know that we recently did that urban exploration at the former George Air Force Base, which was a lot of fun. But I would have done that several months ago. But I checked the freaking forecast for that area, and the lows were in the high 90s, and the highs were like 110. That's freedom units, by the way. And I was like, hell to the no, we are not doing urban exploring in 100-degree plus weather. Like, can I get a hell no to the no, 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 hell to the no? Yeah. I mean, there's so many places that are humid as hell. I remember once in the summer, I went to Boston with my family when I was still a kid. Wow, my inner New Yorker came out there first. Boston. Um, I'm not even from New York, but I do occasionally have a New York accent. I blame my mom. She's from New York. She was born in Queens. But yeah, every now and then I say coffee, and I'm like, what? But yeah, like when I was a kid, my family went on a summer trip to Boston, and I got to tell y'all, Boston in the summer, it is just a level of humidity that it is uncomfortable. It's like capital B bad. Who is this? Oh, it's Gracie. Hey, Gracie. Bye, Gracie. Oh, I know, Faithless. I don't have the double thing, but I have a similar situation because you know me, I'm a cook. So when it's 100 degrees outside, guess what it's like next to the deep fryer, for example. Yeah, I hate that. That sucks. Also, Chris the cat is doing quite the pose. Paint me like one of your French girls next to the stained glass window. Ha ha, wee wee baguette. All right, guys, we're going to do one last quick check-in on Fats. If he's there, we'll feed him. If he's not, we won't. But we're going to leave these guys to their own devices. Oh, glass. Yeah, glass blowing is I say one thing. There's a couple of trades or like art forms that I've wanted to try for the longest time, and I got to tell you, glass blowing is one of them. Another one would be like metal working and stuff like that, or like just basic stuff. I really need to teach myself how to weld. Like like nothing like overly complicated. Just like basic MIG welding. I think couldn't be that hard, right? I mean, either that or I'd like to get like a mini lathe or a mini mill or something like that, just so I can make small metal parts. Like either that or a 3D printer. Because I guess when the parts are small enough, you can probably like it probably doesn't need to be metal unless it's like it's something load bearing like extremely so. Fats! No! No! All right. Well, that's a good combo. So one blows the glass and the other does the welding. Oh no, I don't. I don't. Well, I mean, so just to clarify, I have two jobs in cooking. Because one job is because I have two part-time jobs instead of one full-time job. But even one full-time job barely cuts it. Um, Owens, Illinois. I'm not. I don't think so. No, or I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, I don't. I so my two jobs. What's up, a Candroid? My two cooking jobs. I work for an assisted living. I work for assisted living facilities, doing catering for them. Ow! Bats! Oh yeah, it's a knowledge. It's a skill issue for me. Yeah. Like here's the thing: if you've got a good full time, that's great. But if you're working like minimum wage full time, no, it's not you're not gonna make it. Um. So yeah. So I work. So I have two jobs. I work. I do catering for assisted living facilities for two of them. That used to be a really good job for me. Um. Because I used to be the head. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna leave and leave Fats alone. All right. Thank you for the heads up, Elijah. My bad. I accidentally hit the mute thing when I was flipping the thing. All right, we're good. We're back with sound. Yeah, confirmed. All right. Yeah, but a good online job. I'm Silvana. Silvana, know that this is a joke. I'm told OnlyFans it makes a lot of money. Don't do it. Better to be poor than to sell your soul. At least in my opinion. But what are you doing, sir? But yeah. My general whoopsie doopsie. My general POV is that. Sorry, I had to drop that thing because I was driving right next to a cop who was looking at me weird. Um, uh, what was I going to say? You know, but I also, yeah, but I think, I don't, I feel like, like online learning is really exploding. So if there's something where you're like a subject matter expert in, see if you can become a teacher in that. Like, but yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, so aside from the job cooking for assisted living facilities, I also am a cook at Universal Studios Hollywood, um, which is where the job I came from today. Um, yeah, I mean, look, you'll never get rich doing online teaching, but at least you'll like make some money, you know. And I mean, here's the thing: when you're doing a job online, I think it's so important to do something that you care about, because like if you don't care, then 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 you're going to be bad at what you're doing, number one. But it's so easy to slack off in general, especially when you're online, because nobody's there to hold you accountable. The thing is, Faithless, I actually did. I never done the Uber driver for like, but like, if it keeps you busy, you can always woo, you can always you can always see if like you can volunteer like at a rescue society or something like that. But excuse me, pardon the yawn. But like I the delivery apps were cool at first when you could actually make cash money, but like now almost all the money you make goes back into your car, and that's the kind of shitty thing. Especially if you have an older car or like a gas car, like I do. Like to drive Uber, especially in a big city like LA, you gotta have a hybrid or an electric car, because or like a tiny little 4-cylinder. But like my car's a V6. I get 20 miles to the gallon on a good day, more like 17 to 15 in the city. Like if I'm doing 15 miles to the gallon on average going from restaurant to restaurant, the math just doesn't math. Motorcycles, or like if you're jocked, if you can do deliveries on a bike, like an actual bicycle, like where you're getting fit and you're putting your bill for your propulsion, regardless of whether it's filling up electricity or filling up gas. Yeah, if you can bike Postmates or whatever, that's still is cash money. But like there's always the worry about, yeah, e-bikes is a thing. But I'm saying even that, like, that's good if you don't want to be fit. But if you like the way to make the most profit doing one of the delivery apps, unquestionably, for food delivery, is a bike or like a scooter or something. because they're that way. Like you don't even raise your electric. You're like, because here's the thing, you don't need to pay gas to fill up an e-bike or an electric scooter or something like that. But you do need to charge it, and that will raise your electrical bill. If you want everything you do in delivery to be pure profit, you have to have some sort of human-powered vehicle, like I said, like a bike, or like you could deliver on a skateboard. I've seen some people do that. I think it's crazy to deliver on a skateboard, but you can. But that's the thing. The profit margin is so tiny, and because and there's no, because you're an independent contractor with that, there's zero benefits. Like, so you still have to shop for insurance for both yourself and your car. You still need to. Oh yeah, no, I mean, don't get me wrong, Rock Lobster. If you actually want to do it for a living, probably an e-bike is better, because then when you're not feeling up to the pedaling, you can just turn on the electric assist and YOLO. But yeah, if you I'm saying the only way to really assure profits is to do something human powered, and that's it. So, Mr. Rockstar. So, sorry, what was it? Dang it. Sorry. I was supposed to refer to you by. Merrily, that's what it was. So yeah, so Merrily, so my next visit to the cats will be on Wednesday. I'm not sure. I'm still kind of nebulous whether it's going to be a live stream or a video. I'm thinking tentative. This isn't set in stone, so don't hold me to it, and don't get upset if I change my mind. But I think tentatively on Wednesday I'm just gonna record and I'll upload it later. And then probably Friday we'll go live. Especially, is this Friday the third Friday of the month? I think it might be, because if it is, then on Friday I'm gonna try to be early, because I've got my lockpicking meetup at 8 p.m. and I don't like missing my lockpick meetups. So I think, yeah, don't, I'm not going to say 100%, and like I said, we might do a lockpicking live stream tomorrow from my house, because I'm going to have some free time in the afternoon, and this is something I've been thinking of, when I'm sitting around watching TV, is that I'd really like to do a live stream. Well, I need a chill stream. It's been too long since we've done a chill stream, number one. But number two, I'd like to do a live stream where I pick a specific keyway, and I pick every lock I own in that keyway. And so I'm thinking tomorrow, maybe, not definite, but maybe, we'll pick every single lock I own with the American lock keyway, which is over 30 locks by my count. It's the fourth Friday. Shit! I missed it last month. I missed it last week. Dang it! I hate that. And it's all on me, because it was me for poor time management at my job. Sucks. Oh, I'm getting off the freeway and I'm not using. Come on, entry braking, David. Thank you. No, not second. I want third. Manual shifting with my left hand, not the move. Well, that sucks. That kind of sucks, but it is what it is. yeah. Okay, so okay, yeah. So yeah, in that case, Wednesday is definitely going to be a not live then, because I just remembered on Wednesday I need to cook for the paid houses. So I'm gonna be very busy on Wednesday because I need to cook a whole turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, yams, the full Thanksgiving spread for 2 houses. So yeah, Wednesday is going to be a not live, and we'll do like I've been doing of late, where when I finish shooting the raw footage, I'll upload the raw footage as a members only video, and then once I finish editing the footage, we'll upload that as a normal video, shorter. But yeah, that's how we're gonna do that. I think that'll work. Oh, no wonder I'm in second. Huh. Do a cook at home video. I should, Silvana, shouldn't I? So I will say this, my kitchen at home is kind of doo-doo caca. But shit, what the heck was that? Oh, okay. Oh, my transmission slipped into neutral there for a second, so I was like, I'm not going anywhere. But yeah, I can definitely, like, I mean, what do y'all want? What would y'all want me to do a cooking at home video of? Like, fish, chicken, like a stew, pasta, rubber booted UKer. Just for you, sir? I will. But give me a second. This is the street I actually... Guys. Okay, I just drove past my house before I floor it. We're at my apartment right now. Kitty! Meow! Okay, rubber booted Yukoner. I'm gonna need you to subscribe for this floor it, but we are gonna let the VTech kick in. All right, who's that? Is that Ben? Bye, Benny. Benny. All right, hold on. Also, you want to see something crazy, yo? Because of the rain recently, look at this shit. This tree fell over and it just crushed the ever-loving shit out of this Focus and that poor Civic. All right. All righty, you Connor. Here's what we're gonna do. Nah, Silvana, you know I'm a petulant child and I do love VTech noise. All right. We're gonna wait for that car to get out of the way. There you go. We did some miles an hour. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this old shitbox does make a pretty good noise when the VTech kicks in. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Corolla, I'm making a 4-point turn. All right, one more time. I actually could have done a 0 to 60 to 0 in that time. Okay. Can you see that I need gasoline? That's all right. I'll get it tomorrow. Oh yeah. See this guy in his Porsche. Can you move your Porsche out the way? Thank you. Texting while driving. But yeah, look at this crazy shit. This poor Focus is probably total. Like, yeah, because this whole dead ass tree fell on it. Crazy. All right. All right, y'all, we're about to lose network because I'm about to go into my apartment or into my garage and there's no service down there. So we'll be back though. We're gonna say hi to Benny all the same. Rubber booted Yukoner, I think you mean fat and furry or fast and furious because we're the cat channel. Meow. Good girl. Have anything? Put my universal ID back where it belongs. That's me. Okay. Let's go inside of my cats and then we're gonna call it a night. My car is truly wonderful. I love my car. Bruh, are you fucking serious? Alright. Notice this leak. My building literally shut off the water last Thursday to fix this. Apparently they failed. I don't think this is going to be Ozzy's last live stream, Faithless, but, you know, we definitely got to take every opportunity to hang out with him. Oh, Sylvana. Sell that car. The one, like, brand I do not trust at all is Stellantis. So yeah. Yeah, I don't trust anything made by Stellantis in this point. So yeah, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, outside of the States, Peugeot, Citroen, etc. Vauxhall now. Vauxhall is owned by Vauxhall and Opel are now owned by Stellantis. Crazy. What's up, Straw Hat Pirate? I just got home. We're gonna go say hello to my kitties. Ozman! Yeah, I mean, Faithless. GM is bad, but Stellantis is next level. Like, you know, this, like, there's a famous saying in American auto culture, which is that GM cars run bad longer than most cars run at all. And I gotta tell y'all, there's some truth to that statement. Where, yeah, GM cars are not reliable, but they don't like to be killed. Like, you can't kill a GM car, and believe me, I mean, you know, or you can kill some of the new GM cars. Ecotech has entered the chat, and it's terrible. But like the old GM, the old Buick, the GM Buick 3800, and like the 4L60E or whatever, that driveline is bulletproof. Benny, Kitty, Ozzy. So yeah, Ozzy just got posted on Del Gato Rescue. He's available for adoption and foster to adopt. He just got microchipped yesterday. He got tested. He's FELV and FIV negative. He's got all his vaccinations now, his FVRCP and what have you. Certified good boy. All right, let's say hi to the rest of the gang. Benny, you were watching from here. Benny, Benny. Where's Baby Blue? He's upstairs, Elijah. Let's go say hi to Baby Blue. Ozzy Man. Also, Emily's over there. All right. Oh, I hear Baby Blue. Baby Blue. He's on the staircase. Yeah, Straw Hat, I am doing fantastic. I'm glad to see you. We are all surviving. Ozman. Baby Blue, baby boy. Hey, Baby Blue. Hey, Ozzy Man. You know, what I also found out, Ozzy still has his baby teeth. So my guess that he was probably 6 to 8 months, pretty freaking accurate. We're on Creamsicle Crew. Baby boy. Hey, baby boy. Hey, baby boy. Look at this baby boy. Oh, I'm so sorry, Straw Hat. That sucks. If it's any consolation to you, I've been single since 2021. We're chilling. You know, it always sucks when you lose a significant other, but here's my 2 cents, as it were. Not that you asked for my 2 cents, but you did mention it in my chat, so I'm gonna respond. You know, it's okay to be, it's okay to be sad, because this is someone you cared for, and now they're not in the picture anymore. So it's okay to be sad for a little while, but I think it's very important, and this never happened with my most recent girlfriend, but it did happen with some of the earlier ones. Yep. You gotta be thankful sometimes that some of the BS is no longer a part of your life, but at the same time, you gotta remember, you gotta try to focus. No, my most recent girlfriend was a woman, normal, like a human woman. But we did adopt Emily and Fred, the orange cat, together. But I got to keep both in the breakup because it's cool like that. But I think, and this, yeah, it's all good, man. Yeah, and I think it's important, and I think it's important. Like, you don't do this just yet, but like try to forget the shitty bits,
and just remember the good times. But by the same token, don't let the good times become a prison of memories. If that makes sense. But yeah, like, you know, I stayed together with my ex after she cheated on me, and in retrospect, I really shouldn't have. That was a mistake. Yeah, no. If someone cheats on you, there's really two things that could happen. Either one, it was a profound mistake, and you mutually, you know, come together and you actually come closer because of that. That's rare. What usually happens is that's a sign that something is wrong in the relationship and you should probably call it a day. You know, but yeah, infidelity is bad juju. You don't want to bring that upon you. Um, but yeah, um, but yeah, keep it pushing. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think in 2025, it's really all about eliminating toxicity from our life. Like, there's so much toxic bullshit just inherent in just being alive. You know, we don't need any extra from our friends and family. We really don't. You know, I think that's why. I think that's why I've like, as I get older, I become more and more um, you know, what was I going to say? Yeah, it's just yeah. I lost my train of thought. Sorry, ADHD. But like, it's, like, we're all living longer as a species. So it's no longer as like um imperative, like, oh, you need to find a spouse by the time you're 25, because if not, you're gonna become an old maid or whatever, or your eggs aren't working right. Oh, well, well, I mean, Straw Hat Pirate. I think Sylvana's trying to say, "Por qué no los dos?" We're all destined to find someone better, unless we're with that someone better right now. You know, we'll all eventually find someone better. The thing that I've realized, which is why I'm perfectly comfortable with being single for now 4 years, is that, first off, being single doesn't necessarily preclude meetups, friends with benefits, stuff like that. Not saying that I'm like, swinging dick like that, but like, you know, all is to say, all is to say, singleness doesn't mean you can't have fun. It just means you're waiting. It just means you're being selective on. It just means you're being selective on who you actually consider to be your significant other. Yeah, thank you. And by the way, white, obviously, duh. Am I gay? Not exactly. Uh, Not exactly. Clearly, since I've been talking about my girlfriends in the past, and these were not trans girlfriends, no, I'm not gay, but I definitely am somewhere on the alphabet spectrum, probably the B. Um, but, but regardless, I support the alphabet gang, um, you know, wholeheartedly. And so does Ozzy, right, Ozzy? You support alphabet gang? Oh God, are we really making 6, 7 jokes in my chat? I always, like, can we stick with the 69 420 jokes? Those are way better. Hot, nice. So this Ozzy is probably 6 to 8 months old. He's a teenager. He still has his baby teeth. But yeah, he's actually available for adoption. Yoink. So yeah, Ozzy is 6 to 8 months. The rest of my cats are between 4 and 7. Oh wait, except for, yeah, I know, Faithless. The dude is gonna be. I think he's got some Maine Coon in him for sure, but he's gonna be a big dude. He's gonna be a big dude. Like it's crazy when he's standing like and like. But the worry from. No, he didn't scratch my face. He pawed my face. But like, here's the thing. Oh, I hope he doesn't get to 20 pounds, Silvana. I hope he's like more around 15. You know, because I don't want to like. Sorry, D Broche, I don't give out my number. But thank you for the compliment, though. It feels nice to know that somebody thinks I'm sexy. Do you think I'm sexy? But yeah, sorry, I'm not in the habit of giving out my number in public, because that's asking for problems, and those are problems I don't want. There's enough problems just being alive in 2025. I don't want to dox myself. But yeah, they are cute, Straw Hat Pirate. And to that I say, whenever some useless significant other leaves the picture, great time. Come on. Yeah, I think whenever some useless piece of shit significant other leaves the picture, that's time to bring a kitty into the picture. You know, just block bad, let in good. All right, what's the take on Meta using AI soon to gather data and information from you? All right. Easy. That's an easy take. That's a very easy take. AI, bad, slop, terrible, horrible, no good, very bad. But that's all terrible. But I don't, and I don't, and I. What's up, Van Jam 412? Oh, it's good. We're just chilling, shooting the shit, and hanging out with, and very cute kid. He's very clingy, Faithless. Like, oh, that sucks, Straw Hat. Whenever you get to month and month, that's your sign. It's like, oh, so his name is Ozzy. He's actually available for adoption. He's my latest rescue and foster. He is gonna miss me, but you know what the good thing is, Faithless? He's just so social. My friend Nas came over to hang out with me. I agree with Silvana, Straw Hat Princess. Your landlord sucks. But yeah, he's so like Faithless. My friend Nas came over and he was just all over her. So I'm like, Nas, adopt him. He likes you. And she's like, no, I can't. And I'm like, ah. I look like someone that would say zoinks. Well, zoinks. Van Jam, completely up to you. Yeah, didn't expect the heel turn all of a sudden. But yeah, completely up to you. If I'm your spank bank, you really need to level up your spank bank. But like, yeah, up to you. You do you, fam. But like, whoa. Ozzy and Ben are fighting. Like I said, Van Jam, completely up to you. Dang. Ozman. He needs to get neutered. His balls are starting to drop, and he's having that. He's having that teenage menace to society moment. But yeah, I mean, look, if you gotta crank one out to me, I'm not gonna stop you. You're in the comfort of your own home, hopefully. If you're in public, though, please don't. Like, please, no indecency. You menace. Maverick, yeah, dude, you know what? The thing is, the vacuum doesn't work. It won't, there's not enough suction. I need to use like a scraper, but I'll get around to it eventually. Sir, you have my permission. Like I said, I can't stop you. This isn't a consent issue. What you do in your own home is between you and the flying spaghetti monster and no one else. But that being said, if you really want to crank it, like, aren't there better looking people than me? Like, if you want a girl, can I suggest Scarlett Johansson, for example? Or like, if you want more trad, Sydney Sweeney. Or if you want a dude, I don't know. There's plenty of. If you want a guy, who's an exciting guy? Yeah. Who's an attractive guy who I'm like, yeah, definitely would fuck right now. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna do it because I'm kind of enjoying the BS-ery, but like, yeah. Yeah. What? Tom Cruise is. All right. Tom Cruise isn't that attractive, okay? He's not. He was in the 80s and early 90s, like, you know, put it to you this way. First Top Gun Tom Cruise, 10 out of 10 would fuck. Top Gun Maverick Tom Cruise would rather fuck Hangman. Not gonna lie. He's more my speed at that point. Or Rooster. Although I'm not for the porn stash. Yeah. Yeah, let's get back to the kitty cats. Yeah, we're getting back to the kitties. Yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on. But I very rarely know what the heck's going on in general. You know what? I tend to think so. He is attractive. Liam Neeson is. Like I said, Van Jam, what you do in your own house is up to you, but just, you know, it doesn't always need to be, you don't always need to be an exhibitionist. If you want to be an exhibitionist, that's up to you, but like, we don't need to do everything all the time. That's all I'm gonna say. We don't need to do everything all the time. We can sit some things out. Bunny kicks! Bunny kicks! Yeah, I tend to think. Oh, yeah, I do have moderators open light studios. I also, like, to a point, I do allow a certain amount of BS-ery from the weirdos because even that, like, feeds the algorithm somehow. Like, I hate that it's that way, but like sometimes you gotta play to the algorithm, and even the freaks and the weirdos. do something for the algorithm. I don't know if it's a good thing for the algorithm, but it is what it is. You know? But yeah, I mean, but yeah, but you guys are doing more than enough. Like, thank you, Open Light Studio Productions. I do my best. Mostly we just hang out with homeless cats, and sometimes we pick locks. Sometimes we do urban exploration and urbex and stuff. You never know what's gonna happen. Straw Hat Pirate, I'm just gonna remind you, if you come to Los Angeles, this cat is available for adoption. And as a matter of fact, I've actually started thinking about it, how far I'm willing to drive to get my rescues adopted. And so I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Yeah, he's not homeless. He's a transient right now. He was homeless. We found him on the street, but he's not homeless anymore. No. Yes, Straw Hat, that means as soon as you're month to month on your lease, it's time to find a new place where pets are allowed. But yeah. No, declawing a cat is profoundly immoral. Keep in mind, the claw of the cat isn't the nail, it's this. So when you take a cat's claw off, you're effectively just cutting him down to that. You're taking off the tip of his finger, not the claw, not the nail. You're taking off literally this. That's like declawing should be illegal, and if it's not, at the very least, it's profoundly immoral. So no, none of my cats are declawed. All of my cats are neutered except for Ozzy Man, who will be neutered as soon as I get as soon as the appointment frees up. So he's scheduled to be neutered in January. But yeah, none of these guys are declawed. They all have claws, and as a matter of fact, they can all inflict significant harm. This is actually Marble Cat's doing. But I agree, Faithless, it should be illegal. Yeah, exactly. So great news, Faithless. So the rescue I'm adopting him through, part of their adoption contract is that you agree to keep the cat indoors. Now, whether the adopters will like actually, you know, keep their promenade, I don't know, but yeah, I mean, yeah, and I agree with you, Straw Hat. It like you'll notice all my cats are indoor only, because like, and here's the other thing: every single one of these cats, with the exception of, like I said, Fred and Emily. Like Emily, who was my first cat, she was a shelter pet. I adopted her with my ex when she was 8 weeks old. So she's lived indoors pretty much all her life, because she was either at a shelter or at my apartment. And her brother and her littermate Fred, it was the same situation. But Ozzy and all the other cats here were born on the street and grew up on the street. They've lived the hard knock life already. Now it's their turn to let them. Yeah, I mean, and I've had cats like that, where like at my old apartment there was a cat who lived outside. His name's, I called him OJ. We all call him OJ. I mean, look, never is a long time. I love Rome. Oh, no, I think I Love Rome, I think Faithless is trying to say that one cat will never go in. Like, he can try to bring the cat in, but that one's just an outdoor cat. That cat's got outdoor in its blood, and that's it. I think that's my take. But yeah, I don't, yeah, what Straw Hat said, they are bad for the environment. They're, you know, but like, yeah, but like, I mean, look, there's always exceptions that prove the rule, but I tend to think in general, yes, yeah, it's like that sometimes, Faithless. It's like that sometimes with the cats that are just they've just they like the street and they you know, baby boy. But yeah, I tend to think, well, like, yeah, my worry with Ozzy, man, is that my, like, once I was talking with my next door neighbor and I had this door open for a little too long, and Ozzy did run out briefly. And he's the only cat of mine. He's the only rescue or whatever that's ever tried that bolt routine. He didn't go very far and he came right back in. But yeah, generally speaking, one of my cats who's no longer on this earth, who's no longer with us, Thule, may she rest in peace, she once managed to escape my apartment and was missing for 2 weeks. And that was some of the longest 2 weeks of my life. So, yeah, I don't want to have a repeat performance of that. It's so, like, it's so anxiety provoking you don't even know. Okay. Yeah. Rip Thule. Oh, side note though, Thule was spelled Tully, like Tully's like Tully's coffee. But either way, okay. What's the stuff on my table? It's a mess primarily. I try to keep my house relatively clean despite the amount of kitty cats, but my one like exception to disorder and chaos is my coffee table here, because I'm also a lock picker in addition to a cat rescuer. So yeah, we've got one vise, we got a second vise with a lock cylinder in it, and then we've got many much locks. Locks on locks. My locks have locks that have locks with locks and more locks and... Oh yeah, I actually do have a storage unit. It's full of like my extra cooking stuff and like all my darkroom gear, like all my photography stuff for film. Not the cameras, but like, you know, my trays and my like reels for developing film and the like extra and like my extra cooking stuff, like you know, like because I'm a professional chef and because I used to cook for like 60 people at a time, I've got big, like massive, like, you know, catering size frying pans and saute pans and like I've got spudgers and whatever, like. So I've got so much like cooking stuff, photography stuff. So that's what mostly stays in my house, or in my storage unit. And the locks are kind of on display because you never know what I'm gonna be picking at any point. So like, you know, I tend to have like, these are like comfort locks that I can pick fairly quickly, and like on demand. So like if I like, it's a fidget tool. And a puzzle all in one for naughty nerdy boys. We'll actually just for shigs, we'll pick this this beautiful Abus 7240 open right now with this pick and this turning tool. Oh, thank you, I Love Rome. You know, I mean, here's the thing. You know, look, hopefully I get, you know, my wish or my pipe dream, as it were, you know, is to get to a point where I'm so big that I can't respond to all the comments. But yeah, right now, when I'm still a small creator, I think it's so important to, when you're live, to foster discussion and debate, you know, and to like build a community. So yeah, that's why I respond to the people in my chat, because like, you like, without you, this channel is just me talking to myself like an absolute psychopath and feeding cats. But you know, in a way, I personally feel like I gain. What's up, Goober? I personally like you guys are like my power ups. I gain energy when you like yeah. I gain energy when the chat is active because like and like I said, even with the shit posters, like that weird dude who was talking about his about adding me to his personal spank bank, which odd, but I like shooting the shit. I like BSing. I like reminding people that we can also disagree in a civilized manner. So like yeah, that's why I allow a certain amount of political crosstalk or religious crosstalk. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't want anybody coming into this chat and like campaigning for a religion or campaigning for a politician. That's gross. That I hate. But like, but yeah, like Sylvana said, I want to build friends in the chat. Me neither. I love Rome. But the fact. But at the same time, I was also brought up. I was brought up Orthodox Jewish. I went to an Orthodox Jewish day school from first grade through 10th grade. So I have a certain amount of of trauma from that. There you go, Wesley Desk picked. By the way, these Ace brass locks are green belt if you know anything about lock picking. These are not like beginner locks. They are tremendously fun though. They are kind of my comfort locks, especially with the brass shackle. I think this brass on brass look is just so sexy. It's just so beautiful. Also, for those of you who do enjoy love locks, can I just say the Ace 40mm brass with brass shackle is my recommendation if you're going to put a love lock. Mostly because brass doesn't rust. Whereas if you did something like this, eventually the dye will fade in the sun and the shackle will rust. But with this, it'll just develop a lovely patina. So yeah. Hold on. Speaking of yeah, exactly what Sylvana said. I want to like when we were having a civilized discussion. Like I don't mind if y'all disagree with me. I don't think like I realize that my it's politics, it's religion, it's a matter of opinion, and I encourage I don't like in a way. What's the Jewish version of Sunday school for the Catholics? They actually have Sunday school for Jews too. I never went to that crap, but yeah, they have Sunday school, and like they also they'll have youth groups in synagogue or whatever. It's a whole thing. But yeah, like that's the thing. I don't I've been very open for the fact that while I have no registered party preference because both the RNC and the DNC generally suck balls in my opinion, but like it's pretty obvious that my political leanings are generally pretty left of center, like not even liberal, like literally leftist, politically speaking. But I know that there's guys in the chat who are more centrist, who are more right of center, and that's fine. We come here together to be friendly with each other and to care for cats. And beyond that, we can have discussions and we can agree to disagree on some things. But I think the most important thing is that when I do talk politics, I like to take that step back and remind everyone that regardless, red team or blue team, the rich are taking you to the cleaners, one way or the other. All right, house tour. Oh, look, Louisa came out. Hey, Wish. Wish. Louisa. Do I like popcorn? Lol, Ben Goober mode. Do I like popcorn? Love popcorn. My dad used to have the thing like when I was a kid. My dad had those like the popcorn popper, like where you have the like like you put it on a it's like a frying pan, or like a saute pan. Yeah. So and like that you have like the little crank and you spin the popcorn up. So yeah, my dad, as when I was growing up, used to make like actual manual popcorn. None of that BS microwave popcorn. And so yeah, popcorn's legit. Kettle corn pretty good too. All right, but yeah, house tour. Brief house tour. It's this is the day. Welcome to David's apartment. Ozzy man. Droopa. All right, this is where magic doesn't happen. My bedroom. Mostly this is where the cats chill. This is Baby Blue. That's Sully. That's Sully's sister Sunny. This is my TV. It's been broken for almost 2 years. Okay, that's a good one. Fatal Deception. I like that one. That's a good one. Yeah, my TV's been broken for almost 2 years. I've also had to soon fix TV on my to-do list, and I've not fixed the frickin' TV. What's wrong with it? Oh, it turns on, but it won't show a picture. It's annoying as hell. All right. Run, Soul Dog. Let's see. Even more locks. This Baby Blue. Oh, like it just displays, like I unplugged the power cord, but when you power it on, it just shows like a blue-black screen, and it won't, like, I think the processor unit is fried, and I'm thinking about fixing it, but I'm like, it's so tertiary on my to-do list. If I decide to cook, do a stew. Okay, that could be a good thing. We can do like a birria. I love making birria. But yeah, this is my like lock display for like the locks that matter to me. Like these are all like, they're either very cool or they're meaningful somehow. So like the first Illinois duo I ever picked, the first gold P I ever picked. This is the gold. This Yale has a lock cylinder from Japan called the Gold P. Yeah. This best padlock is the first one I ever decoded using a leashy. So it came without a key, and I decoded the key and went to a locksmith and had them make me the key. This Avis first dimple lock I ever picked, that American I got from an abandoned Air Force base. The lock next to it earned me $1,000, which is pretty cool. Because $1,000 is pretty freaking cool. Let's see what else. This lock was abandoned outside for several years, and I finally managed to get it off and clean it up. It's actually an American 5200, but just all the plating is gone, so it's got a black top side buildup. Also, really weird, all standard pins. Odd, you know? So let's see what else. I got a U.S. Forest Service padlock, super cool. The Avis Iron Rock for their 100th anniversary. I got the Parky padlock, Puck Parkinson's. Just a reminder, everybody. Puck Parkinson's, long live Parky. Parky was another lock picker who had Parkinson's, and he, like me, loved brass padlocks with brass locks. So unfortunately, he passed away. But we have the Parky Memorial brass on brass padlock, which is a great thing to do, and I'm glad I have one of those. Let's see what else. This Schlag padlock was actually a love padlock. I found the lock itself on the Colorado Street Bridge in California. But the core from it actually came from Paracentric. He sent it to me. He sent me the core in a different padlock. Let's see what else. That's just a cool brass laminated lock. Like I said, that was the lock that won me $1,000. What else? All right, many much locked. Point is, Ozzy. Wait, I confuse you? I'm very confused. Now I'm confused. Okay, hold on. Okay, oh no. Okay, I get it. Okay, I get it. So, yeah. So Stephen Wood, um, I really should be a better influencer, content creator, blah blah blah. Okay, guys, let's not. All right, guys. I love Rome 656. That'd be you. Excuse me. But yeah, let's not fight in the chat, guys. Steven and I love Rome. I care for both. I care for both of you. Let's not start a fight in the chat. Baby boy. You know, there must have been some random misunderstanding. I think Steven wanted me to be more Oh, I'm not a cat hoarder. I'm a cat rescuer. Different. This guy's actually a foster. He's available for discussion. Thank you. Thank you. I love Rome. I try to keep the vibes positive whenever possible. But yeah, I'm sure Steven and I love Rome. I'm sure you guys just both said something, and instead of coming together like that with understanding, it was kind of like that, and y'all just kind of missed each other a little bit. But it's all right. You can straighten stuff out. We're good. We're good. We're good. Kidding. Okay, the tour continues. Sorry, my ADD. I got sidetracked by my super cool lock display, but it is what it is. Okay, that's a bathroom. It literally it's just a bathroom. It's also where I give the cat food, so there is cat. Oh, I haven't gotten a government check in forever, dude. I wish it. Shoot! What's the question? Okay. Sun Girl! Hey, Sun Girl. Let's see. Here we have litter boxes. This is technically a second bedroom, but it's also the cat's room. So we got a cat tree. We got litter boxes. We got another cat tree. Printer, because Morlock, and key duplicating machine because I'm a nerd. Full pinning kit. My favorite. I suck for money. I don't know. I don't know, Stephen Wood. I don't know where you're getting at, man. My favorite ancient country. This is a good one. I like this one. Yeah, I love Rome. I think I'm gonna do the same thing, unfortunately. Okay, favorite ancient country. That's so. Oh my god, dude, tough. That's tough. Okay. Hold on. First off, I'm gonna go downstairs and sit down and be comfortable because it's been a long day. Baby blue. Elijah likes ancient Australia. That works. Ooh, Carthage and Rome are good calls. So yeah. Okay, so are we talking like right around the like? Are we talking about right around the turn of the era, like from BCE to CE, like right around the birth of Christ thing? Thank you, Elijah. This is like really like this dude started off trying to give meaningful advice and then just instant like if I may use a professional wrestling term, that dude turned heel really fast. Not a fan. So yeah, Carthage and Rome are cool, are pretty damn cool. Okay, I see what you're getting at. Okay, so I will say one thing. This is a Scotland. this it's yeah. That's my microphone, Ozzy. It's not a toy. It's a microphone. Yeah, don't worry, Silvana. Elijah timed Steven out for 10 minutes, so he's out. But yeah, dang it, dude, would you stop it? But yeah, like it's a little bit before your time period, but I'm a big fan of ancient Egypt too. Like, hey, it's a microphone. Here. You wanna mess with the microphone here? Now it's stuck to you. Yeah, like. He's not happy with me. Stop hitting the mic, Oz. Hey! Nah, you see how the tail's up? That means he's happy. Stock portfolio? No, actually, I have no stock portfolio. I do not own any stock. Big mistake. Big mistake. Oh, that was a little bit too quickly on the stock portfolio, unless he was trying to make it like a Jewish thing. So, okay, so I love Rome. I'm just generally a history nerd, so I know a fair bit about a lot of countries. Like I said, I was brought up Orthodox Jewish, so unfortunately, I know extremely a lot about that particular neck of the woods, and we're not getting into it today. But yeah, the Israel, Palestine, land of Canaan thing. Yeah, I worry about that one too. So like, so yeah, I know a fair amount of that sort of thing. And whatever. Of late, I've been doing a lot of reading on the history of Ukraine and the Kievan Rus and what have you, because it's interesting. Nah, we're okay with Dredzo. I own, but I do have to correct you on one thing, sir. I own multiple shares in Cat. Shoot! Yeah. I love Rome. Am I a Siberian snow moose? Idi nahui. I'm not. I'm an American, sir, or ma'am. Salam Turkiyeden. I'm not Turkish, but how are you? Nice to see you. Salam. I do indeed, Raven Fable. In fact, this live stream, which has now been going for 144 minutes, started off with me feeding feral cats, but now we're back in my apartment, and we're just hanging out with the cats. Some of them that used to be feral, but now are lovely. Speaking of which, here comes Louisa. See, you can't really see, you can see that one of her ears has been clipped because she was TNR'd, but then I socialized her, and then I brought her in off the streets. No, I don't, Joey, because there's no snow mooses in California. And if there are, they crossed here illegally. Yeah. If there are snow mooses in California, they crossed over illegally from Canada, so we should probably call ICE and get them deported back to Canada. Am I okay? It's 2025, so no. My country is falling to shit. It is, Raven. It is. I have a boss who's trans, and I'm not gonna lie, she's really, she's not doing so great of late. It's really tough. So the government is no longer shut down, but let me ask a question. Clumsy the Cosmic Clown, that's a great idea. Give me 1 second and I'll heat up the dab torch. Give me a second. But yeah, you know, what? Yeah, I'm worried. I'm worried some transphobia is going to be coming pretty soon from Clumsy, and if so, please don't. Like, keep the cool vibe, and just love one another. How many Jack in the Box? I don't go to Jack in the Box, cuz. Raven, I don't know if you're trans or not, but first off, regardless, I love you. But second off, I'm so sorry that life has been going shitty for you of late. Like, big ups to you, and big ups to you. You know, keep fighting the good fight, because every minute you continue existing, and every minute that you are happy is a spit in the face to the people who don't like you. No, Jay, I'm actually neither trans nor autistic. Yeah. I am, thank you, Elijah. I was about to time him out for even longer than that. Yeah. But just to be clear, folks, I'm neither trans nor autistic, but frankly, ain't nothing wrong with either. You know? Anybody who would hate on trans people or autistic people, you can see yourself out of my channel. So, is YouTube lucrative? Absolutely not. Yeah, unfortunately, as I get more popular and as more people tune in, we just get more BS. Yeah, but just to clarify, Hugh Janus, I'm sorry about my hair loss. It's a thing. I'm in my 30s. You know, male pattern baldness runs in my family. You know, but you know what the thing is? I've cut my own hair since I was 18 years old. I'm 33 now. And at this, you know, when I was a kid, because I had curly Jewish hair, I used to be super self-conscious about my hair, that it didn't look right. It wasn't straight and slicked back and gelled like all the cool kids were. And now I'm 33, and yeah. Now I'm 33. No, but see, here's the thing. Those I do ignore the hate, but like here's the thing. Those people can't do shit to me at this point, because like all the loathing of my hair, I've already done all that loathing for myself. They can't do shit to me, you know? Because at this point, I'm 33. I'm losing some hair, but I still have at probably 90% of the hair I was born with. And like I said, male pattern baldness runs in my family. My dad is bald. My brother is balding. My my uncles all bald. So while I am guaranteed to lose my hair, I've kept my hair a lot longer than most of my family members, and yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I think it's important to yeah. Although no, I mean, there's no outrunning genetics, and I know I'm eventually going to lose all my hair. But the point is that I got the good physical genes in general. Like I still have most of my hair. You know, I don't have some massive fugazi bald spot at this point. Yeah, I'd also say I'm American, but Mech Civ Engineer Hamz 7836. If you're asking about my ethnicity, just to clarify, I love Rome. I realize that this can be confusing because my last name is Romano, which is an Italian last name. But no, I'm not Italian in the slightest. I'm technically, yeah, exactly. I cut my hair like this because I wear a shirt. Yeah, but I mean, but that being said, Elijah, I think the Native Americans are the only true indigenous. It's okay. I'll go bald eventually, dude. No, my next hair thing actually is I'm gonna shave the sides and I'm gonna go full mohawk, because while I still have hair, might as well. Like I'm at the point of my life where, like, I know, like, this is the hair party at the end of the world, because I'm about to I'm gonna go bald. Like I said, male pattern baldness runs in my family. It's only a matter of time. So right now I'm just having fun with my hair while I still have it. And eventually I'll shave it, but like, not yet. I'm just having fun. Like, so yeah, I'm doing whatever the fuck I want. Like, one day, if one day you see me and I just shaved this side and left everything else long, YOLO. That's what I decided to do that particular day. And I love it. Oh, Mech Civ Engineer, I did actually. I grew my hair out. I grew my hair out when I was in high school for Locks of Love and donated it. But yeah, my hair when it's really long gets really curly, like luxuriously so. But I get a lot of split ends because I don't take good enough care of like that sort of thing. So it's neither here nor there. All right, but yes, mech civic engineer. Just to clarify, ethnically, I'm Jewish completely. My father, where the Romano name comes from, is Israeli by birth. And I know a lot of people would say that Jews are not native to that region, but I hate to break it to you, but my father's family is native to that region and way predate the creation of the modern day state of Israel. But no, I'm not Ashkenazi. I'm Mizrahi, or technically Mizrahi. My mom's side of the family, on the other hand, is Mizrahi. Or my mom's side of the family is Ashkenaz from Poland originally, but thank you, Savannah, and I love every single one of y'all guys, except the haters. And even the haters, I'm giving y'all a chance to straighten up and fly right. Okay, I love Rome. Yes. Okay. Ancient weapons. My favorite ancient weapon, hands down, no doubt, from ancient Korea, the hwacha. Best ancient weapon ever was. And I'll hear no the hwacha, I can't, but okay. Mech civic engineer. Since you're a civic engineer, yes, the hwacha was amazing. Okay, what the hwacha did. Yeah, what the hwacha was is, think of like, okay, anybody who's watched the Russo-Ukrainian war has probably seen a multiple rocket launcher like a Grad or a HIMARS or something like that, where it's one truck or one cart shooting off a ton of rockets. All right? The hwacha is a multiple rocket launcher from ancient Korea which shot off hundreds of fire arrows all at once. It was awesome. Like, literally, it is an MLRS before the concept of MLRS ever existed. Amazing stuff. So yeah, hwacha's up there. Yeah. Yeah. It basically, yeah, a hwacha is basically like a BM-21 Grad, but without, yeah, exactly, Elijah. It is an ancient, yeah. So I said the Grad, which is the modern version, but yeah, it essentially, regardless of whether you say Grad, Katusha, Smerch, HIMARS, doesn't matter. It's a multiple rocket launch system from ancient Korea. Fucking cool as shit. All right. Let's see what else. I'm also gonna give it's not technical. Okay. Current weapon. All I have to say is, would you intercept me? I'd intercept me. I'm a huge plane nerd. I'll take the F-22 over anything. Raptor Claw. I do like the F-35, but the F-35... Oh, straight up weapons. Okay. Okay, guns and stuff. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and be a slight contrarian here, not because it's the most useful. All right, first off, although I personally believe that you should have a Second Amendment right, yeah, that's Ozzy. He's available for adoption, everybody. Although I do believe in the Second Amendment, I do not personally own any guns because with my history of depression and stuff, I just don't think. What a coincidence, Nina. I'm from exactly the same place. Guys, give me 1 second. As you can see, based on my twitching, I'm starting to do the potty dance, and I need to do the potty dance. Give me a sec, BRB. Here, we'll put the camera on a kitty in the meantime, so y'all can chill with Kitty Cat while I use the pee place. The potty dance. I'm doing the potty dance. I gotta use the bathroom. Here, play with the freaking thing. Hey, baby blue. Okay, Ozman. Alright. Okay, everybody wants me to clean the stairs. I'm sorry, I'm busy. Gray man, you know what? I asked my landlord if I could go wood, and they said no. They wouldn't let me. It's soaked. Have I ever played? Have I ever played tabs? No, I'm sorry. It's a... Nope. No, we don't. Alright, guys, for all of you who are... I might check it out, I love them. For all of you guys who are grossed out by my table, this is my lock picking table. Like, haters gonna hate, but like, this is where I keep my locks, bros. Like, guys, you know what game I like to play? Where did the Jesus freaks come from? Guys, I'm an atheist. Stop. Like, we can discuss religion. The one thing that is never allowed in my chat is proselytizing. Like, you are not allowed... Like, I don't want to hear about Jesus, Allah, Jewish God, freaking Lord Xenu. No. American Ninja, just to clarify, or Crazy Life Blazing, I don't drive a Dodge Neon or a Geo Metro. I drive a 2003 Acura TL. So, you're both wrong. Oh wait, didn't somebody want me to... Yeah. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Okay, well, the mic should be back. Sorry, I don't know why, but I think Ozzy powered the sucker off. Why lockpicking? Because I enjoy it, and it's a game and a puzzle and a Twitch activity, kind of all wrapped up into one. All right. All right. It sounded a bit better. I mean, damn it. Elijah, it looks like a skill issue on your side, my friend. Oh wait, one sec. Okay, but you can hear me. But is there like a in the background because it's going off the internal microphone and not the external? 1 second. Yes. Okay. 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 I hold on. Okay. I think I switched from this mic to the other mic, and hopefully it will be good. And if not, oh well. Agreed. Proven Industries is a horrible company, but they did that. They brought that crap to themselves. You know. You know who's been made fun of mercilessly for years by lockpickers? Master Lock. You know whose business has not suffered one bit? Master Lock. You know why? Because they know. They know the secret truth of life, which is that if you do nothing, lockpickers are literally helping your bottom line. All right. All right. Favorite head of state. Okay. Just going to say this. I love Rome. I think right now there are precious few heads of state currently that I find worthy of admiration or anything like that. So let's see. So I will say this. I do worry a lot about the corruption issue, but I think over the past 3 years, what Volodymyr Zelensky has done in Ukraine is very admirable, and I appreciate that. Now, like I said, the corruption thing does worry me, and I hope he doesn't like go, traditional Eastern European strongman. Like whenever this war is over and martial law is no longer in place in Ukraine, I want to see free and fair elections, and then he'll really climb into my good graces. But
let's see. Historically, but more modernly, I think the Roosevelts were amazing presidents, both Teddy and Franklin. You know what they did for America and Americans is really, it's a lot, and it's very impressive. Um, and by the same token, I think there's foreign leaders who also deserve a lot of admiration for what they've done. You know, I think it's gone. I mean, the obvious choice would be Mandela. And his long fight for freedom. Um, I'll also throw in. I was very fond of Angela Merkel. I thought she knew her shit. And she was very good for the world. Um, guys, I don't know what happened there, but like the thing. So, Brian, master locks are in fact, some of them are profoundly easy to pick, but they're not the easiest locks to pick because the crap that comes from like China that you get in dollar stores is worse. And here's the other thing that I want to remind everyone is that as fun as it is to like embarrass master lock, and I've done it and I will do it again. Um, Most master locks are more than good enough for the low security applications that they're designed for.
But like, fuck.
Guys, I don't know what the heck's going on, but the audio thing. Yeah, let me tell you something. Those fingerprint things are very nice, but I personally will never, ever, ever do without a traditional lock. Now, on my door. I don't know why I'm picking this Stanley again. I really enjoy picking this Stanley, especially since I modified it slightly to make it a little more difficult. But yeah, this it sucks that Stanley stopped making locks because this thing is a very good lock, and it makes a great noise. I mean, faithless. let's keep it a stack. When you're being chased into your home by a crazed lunatic, you don't want the code lock or the traditional lock. You want a can of bear mace to spray and in the assailant's face. Especially especially because I live in an apartment. Like, if I have a crazed lunatic charging at me, I'm not even gonna open the door of my courtyard, much less the frickin' like the door to my actual unit. No frickin' way. But yeah, thank you so much for stopping. Thank you so much for stopping by. I love Rome. Oh, hope to see you again soon. Sarah Peters, thank you so much. You rock. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. I really enjoyed I really enjoyed your presence. Like, your questions were really good. Like, and if you want to nerd out about history, anytime, anytime, and like I said, like, here's the thing. If y'all agree with me on and my takes, yeah. If y'all agree with me and my takes, that's fine. If y'all disagree with me, that's fine too. You'll notice that me and Faithless do not necessarily match up politically. But here's the thing. We we recognize I think there's a mutual respect between the two of us. We can agree to disagree, and we both agree when push comes to shove. Like, that's the thing. Yeah. And I mean, here's the but or yeah, we can agree to disagree, and we have mutual respect for each other as human beings. So that's the basis of everything. That's I think where politics tend to fall down, is that people don't see the other side as human beings. It's like, and that's how you end up in the shithole like that we are right now. So yeah, so Skinny Vedi Vici, just to like put a bow on this, as it were. Exactly what Silvana said. Thinking differently is more than okay. Like, I don't, especially as this channel grows, I don't expect everybody to agree with me on everything. And in fact, I'd be rather annoyed if everyone did, because that'd be boring as shit. That's literally living within an echo chamber, and that's the worst thing to do. But okay, I'm not showing my face. I'm not picking locks. What are we doing, guys? What are we doing? Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Finally, Ozzy is chilled out and like calmed the frick down. Do I watch Lock Picking Lawyer? I do. That's a good move, Faithless. If I still drank a beer, and if I had steak in my apartment, I would totally join you on that front. All right, pick another lock. Do I watch Lock Picking Lawyer? I do indeed. I've actually spoken to him on more than one occasion, because he sometimes pops in on live streams that some of my friends do, like other lock pickers. You know what? You might be right, Faithless. Here, let's pick this old American lock, U.S. Army lock. This is the old one with the actual American lock core, not the BS bump stop one that's super easy to rake. This one actually has properly American sobriety. Between those two, sobriety. I'm sorry. Although I will say one thing: Corona Familiar in the brown bottle is not bad, but Corona, I have an opinion. I kind of have an opinion, and y'all are, like I said, y'all are always free to disagree with me. But I tend to not like beer that comes in clear bottles, because I think letting all that light, like a brown beer bottle, is partially because for tradition, but partially because it blocks out some of the like UV and sunlight from hitting the actual beer, which leads to spoilage and So yeah, in general, I tend to avoid beers that come in clear containers like Corona, like Miller Lite and Miller Genuine Draft and all that BS and Modelo Especial. Like they all taste like skunk to me. All right. So that's why, like I say, I think Corona Familiar, which comes in a brown bottle, is way better than Corona Extra, and I vastly prefer Negro Modelo to Modelo Especial. Um, but also because I don't really drink these days, I've become a bit of a beer snob. Like I really like. I know that Budweiser plant well, Silvana. I once my family were flying out of Newark and the flight got canceled and we had to get an emergency hotel room next to that Bud plant. It was not great. Rome is back. Okay, so sorry. Pardon my ADD, skinny, but to kind of wrap it up, I do think electronic locks have come a really long way, and that's very good. Um, I I I just worry a bit about I you know I think it's very important, and I think the electronic locks probably will end up taking over in the long run. But I think there's a certain convenience to them that's very alluring. But I think it's so important for me personally that just because there's an electronic lock doesn't the problem with a lot of the like electronic lock makers is that they're tech companies first and security companies second. And the thing is that when you're dealing with locks, you have to be a security company first. Because you know, I'm thinking of right now about Trevor McNally official, opening the what is it, the level lock, which was like the level lock, which I think was like some $300 smart lock that works with Siri or whatever. And the dude bumped it open in less than 5 seconds because despite it being a $300 lock, they didn't put any freaking security pins on the key backup. And that's the other thing. For me, if I'm going to get an electronic lock, I think it's very important to make sure that there is a mechanical backup just in case the shit hits the fan. Like, what if there's a blackout? The thing is, when I'm picking E-locks, I won't be using picks like this. I'll be using the Flipper Zero probably. Excuse me. All right, damn it, it's 20 after 1. Baby Blue, I hear you, Baby Blue. Yeah. So my hope, Skinny, is that the electronic locks will actually have like decent backup cylinders to them that don't suck butt. But right now, the backup cylinder is often just the most pathetic joke of a lock. And that worries me. But and here's the thing that I'm forgetting. So I'm going to say it now. I'm not paying attention to this actual lock that I'm trying to pick or trying to pick. Um, but you know, beyond the like electronic convenience or whatever, the thing that's like really actually important isn't the lock itself. It's having a a, a good deadbolt and strike plate that with nice long screws that screw all the way into the studs of your house. Like, because that's the thing. Nobody actually is gonna pick locks. Nobody's gonna. A turd burglar isn't gonna show up with a flipper zero to decode the encryption on your e-lock. They're not gonna do either. They're gonna try and throw a rock through your window, and failing that, they're gonna kick your door down. That's the move, Elijah, or like Bully Road to Sarah, or Protect 2 backup core. Like there are very good locks in this world as we speak, and there's nothing saying that, like, hell, Schlage makes tons of electronic locks. Why can't they have the backup cylinder be Primus? Oh crap, I'm at 10% battery, folks. Yes, but like I said, Skinny, remember, the most important thing isn't necessarily the lock. It's having a good, like, it's making sure that your door and door frame interface with each other well. You know what the best lock pick in the world is? A nice cordless angle grinder. That thing will chew through pretty much anything. Like you see me struggling on this American lock? Not a problem with an angle grinder. Done. Yeah, bolt cutters, ram set. Oh yeah. I mean, as far as I know, Faithless, it's just a 22 short blank that basically fires it like a captive bolt pistol. Oh, speaking of which, sorry. Um, I love Rome. Are you still in the chat? Because I never said what my favorite firearm would be, and I'll tell you right now. Well, I don't own a gun, and I probably wouldn't. Yeah. Uh, I'm definitely a member of the 1911 Master Race, and if I were to buy a pistol for personal carry, it would be a 1911. Not because it's the best gun, because it's classy. And John Brown. But yeah, y'all can have your Glock 19s and Kimber and 6 Hour and whatever. Nah. Give me a classic 1911. Those things are sexy as hell. Although that being said, probably for home defense, short barrel shotgun with birdshot. That took way too long. All right, guys, I'm at 9% battery. I finally got that 5200 open. But I think we got to call the stream because my phone is about to die, and so am I. So I guess just for the people who wanted to see me in an altered state of consciousness, where did I drop? I dropped my freaking pick. That's my favorite pick. So yeah, for the people who are really thirsty to see me in an altered state of consciousness, and since I'm at 9% battery, we're gonna take a dab, and then we're gonna call the stream, and I'm gonna go to sleep because it's 1:30 in the morning, and I have shit to do tomorrow, which is today. Like very important shit to do tomorrow. Like I finally. Sorry, what was I saying? Oh, I found my favorite pick. Got him. Yeah, I mean, Skinny, here's the thing. There's no such thing as an unpickable lock. You know, um, at this point, I don't even know if there are any locks that have never been picked. But it's about yeah, there's nothing unstoppable, but there is stuff that is from a practical point of view unstoppable in the wild. You know, and here's the thing, you like I know a lot of lock pickers want us all to spend like $1,000 on our lock cylinders. You don't need to, unless like you're a top secret site trying to secure like nuclear secrets or something like that. A good enough lock is more than enough. That's why I said like don't get me wrong, Master Lock for many applications is good enough. They have a line called the Pro Series And although, look, is this a high security lock? No. Is this something that I would want to keep out of like a nuclear test site? Also, no. Do I use a lock do I use a lock very similar to this with an identical core to secure my own storage unit? Also, yes. So yeah, I depend on master lock. Could I pick my own master lock open? Absolutely. Is it more than tough enough and more than strong enough to protect my this crap in my shopping or in my storage unit? Absolutely. That's a low security application. You know? Same thing goes. I've got a lock and a chain. Like I've got some lawn furniture out in front of my unit. Do you think I'm using like a maxi dollar lock to secure the chairs and the table? Absolutely not. In fact, I will show you not the lock that's on there because it's going to stay there, but I will show you the exact model of lock that that secures my chairs. It's the Abus 83, which is a $20 lock. It's not even hard to pick. Why do I use an Abus 83? Because unlike this Abus 83, which is just using this random Schley key, the Abus 83 that secures my chairs out front is key to like to my front door. So I can unlock that one with the exact same lock that I use to let myself in. You know, sometimes efficiency and convenience is worth just as much as security if you don't need maximum security, if not more. All right, 7% battery. It's dab time, peeps. Also, in case you were curious, yes, they're all Abus 83s. All of them. Every single one of these is an Abus 83. This is also an Abus 83, funnily enough. Yeah, I don't. Nah, my phone didn't. I'm back, yo. I'm back, bitches. I'm back. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Y'all can't keep a good guy down. It's dab time, baby boys. Will I stream tomorrow? So I love Rome. I'm thinking about doing a lock picking stream tomorrow, where it'll be much like the latter half of this stream, where we just sit around and BS. Yeah, I don't know what the heck happened, Silvana. That was weird. Like I suddenly just, actually, I know exactly what it is. At this hour of the day, my ISP loves to do maintenance and whatnot. So like at this hour, for whatever reason, yeah, exactly I have Spectrum, and like at this hour of time between like 1:30 and like 2:30, they love to do maintenance and just mess up my internet like all the time. It's really annoying. Uh race to the bottom with Spectrum sometimes. I swear to you, those guys suck. They can call themselves Spectrum, but I'm old enough to remember Time Warner Cable. And they suck. But yeah. So what happened was I tried to relaunch the app and it was still pooping out. So then I was like, oh, okay, I get it. So I turned off my Wi-Fi and now I'm running off 5G. So we're back because I'm so pissed off at freaking Time Warner Cable. I can kiss my ass. But yeah, we are at 4% battery. Like I promised somebody who I'm almost certain is no longer watching that I would take a dab on camera. So that's where we're at. We're not doing like massive like graveyard dab though, just so y'all know. Like, I'm not here to bust a 1 gram dab in y'all faces. Yep, Skinny, I am back. Dab time, boys. %4. 4. Now 3. Love the Nexus puck. My favorite piece. I've had it for almost 10 years. Oh, Raven, it was you who liked bubblers, right? Yeah. Check out the Nexus puck. I've had this sucker for 10 years. I don't know what chat you entered, dude. I'm trying. I try. Yeah, I try. Oh my god! I think we're at 2%. We've got somebody proselytizing in me. Hail Satan! Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I probably had it for more than 10 years, actually. Yeah, we're back. We're back, peeps. We're back, peeps. We're back, peeps. My phone's plugged in and charging. I'm going to call it a night because much love. We're back, peeps. My phone's plugged in and charging. I'm going to call it. All right, but one quick thing, since my phone is charging in my room, 7%. Ben says bye. All right, but one quick thing. Yeah. Ben says goodbye. Ozzy says goodbye. Ben says bye. Oh no. You know what it is? It's playing. I was typing the stream. Yeah, there we go. Oh no, yeah. All right. Ozzy says goodbye. Benny says goodbye. Louisa says goodbye. Pretty baby boy says goodbye. And baby blue also says goodbye. Sorry, I love Rome. It's
It's the end of the stream. We're just turning stuff down. I have no idea. Oh yeah, that's because my mic was unplugged, and that's a bit. Whatever. Point is, love all of y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me. Deuces. Ozzy man. Yeah, glad you guys could hang out with me. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.